Hey, cool people that are not comfortable with this whole be vulnerable bandwagon that seems to be everywhere lately. If you are sick to death of hearing that advice, I hear you and I'm here for you. This video contains bad advice that can be used to destroy trust in relationships, like quickly. Now, a lot of the advice in this video centers around leadership and work environments, but if you hear that and it makes you think that I've forgotten you who are retired, you who don't have a leadership job title, you who just want to destroy relationships in your everyday life, how dare you? I would never upload a video that could not broadly be used to ruin relationships of virtually every kind. Stay tuned because this video contains some seriously trust-eroding stuff. Fake collaboration meetings. So what you want to do is send out an email requiring people to come to a meeting under the guise of collaboration. You want to hear their ideas, you want to get their input. But, and this part is critical, have in mind one solution that you think is the best idea, the best way to do it, and completely block out anything else. Besides that, just stay completely focused on your own original idea. You want to make these meetings take as long as possible. I mean, if you can get a bunch of Post-it notes, preferably a bunch of different colors, and really sell this idea, that way, in addition to them feeling distrustful of you because you led them to believe that you care about their ideas when in fact you don't, they're also upset and distrustful of you because you wasted a bunch of their time. Make the number one mechanism for giving you feedback having an open door policy. Really say those words as often as possible. I have an open door policy. Or in today's kind of virtual hybrid environment, call me or text me anytime. This way, trust loses no matter what. Either you actually do follow up on an open door, call me whenever policy, resulting in neither of you really being in the best headspace for this urgent feedback to find you. And so you'll handle those conversations poorly and probably be sort of defensive or reactive, and then they won't trust you. Or you don't follow through on the policy, which is what usually happens, because you're super busy and you're in back-to-back meetings. And so, people literally can't come to your door whenever because you're not there, or they call you, text you, and you just don't answer because you're like in the middle of stuff and you don't get back to them. And you always have that excuse. It's so great. It's like, oops, I opened your text message and then it was like already open, so I didn't have the little notification there anymore. I hate when I do that. You know what I mean? It's like so human. So you can always fall back on that for why you didn't get back to them. But either way, I find this like call me whenever open door policy to be a great way to avoid the responsibility of actually having to deal with feedback, which of course destroys trust so quickly. Go with your gut as often as possible and make sure you're letting people know that you're going with your gut. Because as you probably know and have thought about, when you're feeling worried or stressed or afraid, that gut that you want to turn to and look to is not inner wisdom, but is just a fear story or shame story. It's usually like spitting out a whole bunch of stuff that you're just super insecure about. This is also where your implicit bias lives, and so whenever possible, if you can make decisions about hiring, firing, what projects, who to work with, venture capital, whatever it is that you're dealing with, talk to as few people as possible. I mean, you just don't really need, any other perspectives if you're hoping to erode trust quickly. Just go with that gut. Is it dyspepsia or is it wisdom? Who cares? You're the boss. Tell people they can expect to hear back from you on something really important to them in a time frame that in no way, shape, or form accurately reflects your track record of how quickly you get back to people. Nepotism. Do not miss an opportunity to neputize. Make petty, judgmental comments about other people in your life or just other people who aren't there and kind of nudge the people around you, like we're connecting right now. But then they'll leave that interaction and wonder what you say about them when they're not there. Have a meeting when you should send a text. Send a text when you should have a meeting. Say mean things about former employees. Fish for compliments at every opportunity. Interrupt a lot. Chime in with a voice of authority on issues you haven't read about at all. Invite the group to lunch, but make it unclear if you're paying. Gossip incessantly. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of really bad advice. If you would like advice that will help you build trust and maintain it and then restore it when it's broken, I hope you will check out my book. It's called The Funny Thing About Forgiveness: What Every Leader Needs to Know About Improv, Culture, and the World's Least Favorite F Word. I'd also love for you to join the Mindful Improv community. It's a free online community, a global network of people using the mindful improv thinking framework in hopes of making the world a braver, kinder, safer place. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.